I'm in Antigua, Guatemala, and we've looked long and hard to find Tony, the poet. Take it away, Tony.
Ode to the Psychomolecular Code.
Okay, let's go.
And it starts out, Rosalind Franklin, who developed the X-ray crystallographic pictures, and she died before Crick and Watson received the Nobel, but she didn't receive the Nobel for whatever. And so it highlights Franklin, Watson, and Crick cracked the gene code pretty slick, but yet another code upon which their intellects rode still eluded their scientific mode. The scientific sages still haven't discovered the source from which their intellect rages, even though it appears certain that behind the intellectual curtain another code is working. Like the gene code, the brain code moves through space while relativity sets the pace, even for the basket case. Evolution obeys the rules and uses them as tools, regardless of society's fools. The gene code created Einstein's brain, Crick, Watson, and Franklin the same, but their genes were in a different space, which gave to each a different face, and this also applies to the brain. But this ain't the detail, because another code that exists ain't known so well. Although the genes create the brain, this ain't the end of the game. Thus I begin my ode to the psychomolecular code. It's experientially evolved, although its separation from the gene code is far from resolved. Every central nervous system organism has a code that at least approximates human intellectualism. Lobsters and chickens do, dogs and monkeys too. Although Pavlov's dog salivated at a bell, their genes do not predetermine this hypnotic spell. Sociobiologist Dawkins might account for these poor dogs' response with memes, which he proposes the mind's answer to genes. A meme is to the psychomolecular code, what the gene is to the genetic code. That a dog should have memes, we should not be surprised, since the human brain is bigger and more organized. In the human female, estrus has become extinct, and human female desire is now more brain-linked, so even sex is no longer driven exclusively by instinct, and this must surely say something, even for the human male, whose brain often dictates sexual preference as well. This is obvious in the male homosexual, whose attraction is not only hormonal, but also intellectual, and of the males are very masculine gaze, so hormones don't determine sexual preference always. The synthetic organics polluting the land cannot be blamed directly on a genetic strand. There is no gene code making DDT or Dr. Tiemann's 2,4-D, just a human brain with a university degree. There once was a doctor named Bateson who said the mind had no time-space in. His theory is a mess, and as you might guess, Einstein had no real place in. But when he died and his mind entropied and dispersed in the space he denied. Now, only a year or so later, his former home in Ben Lomond, California, was used to empty a container. It was malathion, a pesticide, from the very time-space Dr. Bateson denied. In Sacramento, there's the Bateson building, dedicated by Governor Brown, who thought it a solar building, but the solar-heated toxins it could remove from solar-heated atmosphere, it could remove from the solars of the Tiemann building. It may have been formaldehyde or another synthetic organic outgassed from building materials inside, but the state employees became sick inside from the very mind space Dr. Bateson denied. But there's still the question of religion, which is also probably located in the psychomolecular region. We have Aryans who call themselves Jews just for politics, and Asians who are no longer Buddhists but Catholics. We have Christians of every extraction, thanks mainly to Gutenberg's printing press contraption. If Aryans can be Jews, I guess what this proves is that the genes don't program religion. If the human brain codes do not become more synchronous with the needs of the gene codes that make them, their very own brain codes may very well bake them. Herein I end my ode to the psychomolecular code.